All right, I'm back. Um, so let's, on a scale of 1 to 10, how often are you aware of being stressed in your daily life? You can write it on a piece of paper or have it in your head. How concerned are you about the quantity and quality of your sleep? 1 to 10. 10 being this is a big problem, 0 being not at all. And last question is, how frequently do your emotions feel difficult to manage appropriately? All right. So this is just to kind of help you gauge what we're going to talk about and help you figure out what you want to focus on. Anyone, I want you to circle your highest number. Because sometimes I feel like these classes can get a little overwhelming because you want to conquer everything all at one time. And so I would say the one that you circled would be where you start first. All right. So I'm going to talk about what stress does to us. So the hypothalamus is a piece in your brain. I don't know if we would call it a piece, but it's a little part of your brain. And it is designed to protect you. And so when you feel stressed, it releases hormones throughout our body. And any increase in hormones in our body affects our immune system, our blood pressure, our it also can help or affects our sleep. So oftentimes if we're not sleeping, it has to do with some kind of hormone imbalance, or it can be linked to those hormones that are being released affect weight gain as well. And so sometimes it's not the fact that you're not exercising or that you're not doing something right, it's just that you're stressed. And so when we conquer our stress and learn techniques to lower our stress, then we're making it so less hormones go into our body, which then allows us to get better sleep, we're able to manage our weight better. And some of the symptoms of chronic stress are also irritability, anxiety and depression, headaches. I already said insomnia, poor immune function. So if you notice that you're getting sick often throughout the year, that it could be related to stress more than anything, and then increased blood pressure. All right. So how do we fix this? So these are all things that I didn't do a lot of supplements of doTERRA's until I had my third son, and I noticed a huge difference. And so I take Serenity and Copaiba every single night for sleep. And even when my boys get up often and I'm not getting as much sleep, the kind and quality of sleep that I'm getting, and I know I've mentioned this before, is completely different when I take this combination. And I find that, yeah, so the quality of the sleep that I get, and then it also just like cuts out that time that I sit in bed before where I have like those anxious episodes, is cut back as well. So I highly, highly recommend the Serenity Copaiba combination. And if you have any joint pain, Copaiba is great for that as well. It's great for digestion. If I'm feeling anxious throughout the day, I will take a Copaiba as well, to help with that. And then these are alternative nightly regimens. So I actually take adaptive during the day, but some people find that if they take it at night, they have they really like taking it at night. I typically do the Serenity and Copaiba at night. I've struggled a lot with anxiety and have found that with oils, I'm able to conquer it. So I highly recommend, if you know somebody that's anxious or you are anxious, these three, the Serenity, Copaiba, and Adaptive, are a great combo for those. So I do Serenity and Copaiba at night and then Adaptive during the day. Some people do it at night. The Yarrow Palm is also really good just to help with your cellular health and brain support. So I would say do this nightly regimen if you struggle with your skin or your hormones in general, like you've been to the doctor and your hormone levels are off. I would do this one. And if not, I would do the Serenity Copaiba combo. All right. And if you already have these oils, I have made this roller, and it is something I roll on my feet. I like to roll it on my big toe as well. There's something about your big toe having, it's really big, huge thing in, what do they call that? Acupuncture. So, but if you roll it on your big toe too, it also helps you get sleepy. I do it over my heart, and then I rub it into my hands and take 5 breaths. Sometimes I'll even roll it on my pillow, but I don't have super expensive pillowcases, so that's up to you. It doesn't leave a stain because I use the coconut oil, which is not a protein, a fat protein. And I love this. So frankincense is great for sleep. Vetiver is also great for sleep. Bergamot is my favorite citrus oil. It just smells super yummy, but it's also really good at calming. And then Roman chamomile is, like, everybody's heard the chamomile before sleep. It's a great roller, and I also love it in my bath before bed. And if you know anybody with psoriasis, this is what Coco uses for psoriasis and has found the most luck. So I always love telling fun little side comments of how versatile oils are. Vetiver and frankincense is great for focusing as well. And so these are the 2 oils I used to get off of Adderall, because that's what got me started in my oils game, was I didn't want to be on a pharmaceutical drug anymore. Are there any questions so far? Feel free to unmute yourself. All right. All right. So here's our mood matrix. So I want you to look here, and either on your piece of paper that you're taking notes on or in your mind, I want you to kind of see, do you typically struggle most often with fatigue, stress, no passion, or no peace? I feel like I struggle with all of these at different times. Um, so these 4 oils, I would say that I own at all times because they make me so happy. But just before this class, I took my balance oil and rubbed that on, and it's just really great before bed. I'll put it on my pulse points. Kind of use balance all day, every day, because I struggle with anxiety, and I also love the way it smells, and I try to not be a yelling mom, so it helps me stop from being a yelling mom most of the time. Serenity is great for bedtime, and there's a lot of like bedtime lotions that you can make. I find that kids really like Serenity. It's more of like a lavender version of Balance. Balance is more earthy. Citrus Bliss, if you're struggling with no passion, just not, I don't know, like, I think staying at home can create this lack of passion, and like everything being canceled kind of gets us in this place of stuck. And so if you're feeling like you need to get unstuck, Citrus Bliss and Elevation both smell amazing, are great on dryer balls, and are great diffused to help you, like, all right, I'm gonna go do something now. So if you're one of those people that gets stressed and cleans a lot, you probably need balance and serenity. If you're one of those people that gets stressed and only wants to watch TV, citrus bliss and elevation are going to be your friends. So I'm kind of a TV watcher, so I'm probably on this side, but I love them all. Adaptive is this line. So the adaptive line is made to help your brain come to homeostasis. And so what that means is it just helps you if you're way up here with anxiety or way down here with depression, it helps equal you out. But I don't want you to think like you can only use it if you have an anxiety disorder and you can only use it if you are depressed and bedridden. I use it daily, and it just like takes me from a space of overwhelm, or I mean, it smells amazing as well. So you don't like, you can just use it because it makes you happy. And I use the roller in my purse. I put the capsules next to my tea. And it's usually like an afternoon thing that I do. Like I hit that afternoon slump, or if I begin to get overwhelmed, I take adaptive. Adaptive is my daytime happiness. So here are some diffuser blends, and I sent this to you guys in an email. But I'm going to be sending you guys more information about adaptive tomorrow with a little survey. You can take it or not take it. It's up to you. But adaptive is kind of a whole day worth of information. And the Cliff Notes version of it is that it's amazing. It smells great, and everybody can use it just to make their life a little bit better. So here's what your wellness box would look like. If you are looking to do an LRP order, the adaptive line comes in a kit. You could add a wild orange, a copaiba, and a balance. Or look back at, I'm going to go up here for a second. Let's go here. So if your highest number was that in your daily life you were really stressed, then I would go with getting the adaptive line and adding that to my wellness box. If your highest number was you struggle with sleep, I would get the Serenity and Copaiba soft gels. If you frequently have emotions that are difficult to manage, I would do the adaptive line and Serenity and Copaiba, because they're all like, adaptive kind of boosts your mood, and then Copaiba and Serenity kind of level you out. And so that's one thing that you learn is with oils, is I feel like you learn how to be more in tune with your emotions in general. Like, okay, how do I actually feel right now? And sometimes it takes putting frankincense, like if you made this hibernation roller, you could roll it in your hands, take 5 breaths, and like really touch base with where you're at. I had to do that today. I was feeling very overwhelmed because I'm supposed to make all these decisions based on a life that's been totally canceled. So I'm like, I don't know, is this happening or not happening? And I was feeling very overwhelmed. And so I just had to stop for a minute and use my oils, and then I took an adaptive. And I was able to think my way to harmony. So that, I hope, helps you a little bit, guide you in your wellness box order. And then you can always write down your wish list if you have a paper in front of you. I'm going to does anybody have any questions? I'm going to unmute you if I can figure out how, or feel free to unmute yourself.
I have a question, Emmy.
Yeah.
I have the Serenity capsules, but I am out of the Copaiba capsules, but I have Copaiba oil. Can I make my own? How many drops will be in a capsule?
2 drops in a capsule. And Copaiba doesn't have like a huge flavor to it, so I do it directly under my tongue to get it straight into the bloodstream. And I do that all the time. If you The oil, buying the 15 milliliter oil is cheaper than getting the capsules. The capsules are just more convenient.
Right.
And it doesn't have a super strong flavor. So I do that all the time. Anytime I come across my copaiba, I put it under my tongue. And that stays in your system for 7 hours. So you can do it morning and night.
What about the Serenity? Can you do that with a capsule?
No. So the Serenity capsules they've taken an oil out that you cannot ingest.
Okay.
So I was doing that, and then Coco brought it to my attention that it doesn't have the supplemental facts on the back, which I have right here. Yeah, there is something in here that you cannot ingest. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. My guess is vanilla. Sometimes vanilla you're not supposed to ingest, like the oil vanilla, but I don't know. Yeah, there's no supplemental facts on the back of Serenity. So you have to buy those capsules. But you don't with copaiba.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna stop the share.